There's something very important about communicating with people and creating bonds with people.
The show itself is something accessible that reaches a wider crowd, although we found that it really hits the geek kind of nerd kind of crowd.
Our major intent was to make sure that kids had some way to access theater in a way that was fun.
Specifically, we're talking about like high school and elementary school, middle school kids.
Having that kind of compassion and excitement outside of their home, outside of YouTube and Facebook, a whole new kind of realm for them to explore.
My name is Jared Tyrell Pixley. I'm David Evans Dorothy. I'm 24. He's 35.
I'm from Idaho Falls, Idaho. Grew up on a potato farm. I went to AMDA, the College and Conservatory for the Performing Arts, and I'm a huge Legend of Zelda fan.
I am a theater producer and writer, and everyman, I guess. I do everything. That's what I do.
When I was younger, just playing video games, I didn't have a lot of friends. Life passes you by. I don't have a lot of memories about like middle school or high school with friends because I was too busy playing video games by myself.
Theater has this capacity to make people think and strike conversations more so than watching something on a screen, or more than likely you're probably watching it alone or with one other person. But if you're going to a big event and seeing something with a lot of people where there's an intermission in the middle of the story where you can talk about what's going on and drive interaction, that's what's really important about theater to me.
Me and him met at AMDA, which was our college, the American Musical and Dramatic Academy. We were classmates and we had competing plays go up for something called Student Vision. Jared contacted me and was like, hey, do you want to do these shows outside of AMDA and do them at the Hollywood Fringe 2014?
Before we did the video games, I've written a lot of regular straight plays and had those produced, and it's been kind of like, you know, I'll get the theater crowd, I'll get my friends that do theater, I'll get some like film actors in LA, I'll get some film directors in LA, some writers in LA to come see it, but that's about it. Ultimate goal with the video game show was to create something that would bring people who aren't theater people into a theater setting. I grew up with these books called Choose Your Own Adventure books, and these books were literally like fantasy novels where you're reading it and at one point it's like, hey, if you want to go left down the forest path, turn to page 67. If you want to go right, turn to page 32. One of our main goals is to make a play that way and have it be interactive where the audience gets to decide the story they want to see that night.
Well, the show started out as just normal script. Everything was done. It was Mario and Luigi going in and fighting in the video games. But then we kind of thought about, hey, what if we could make more of the characters able to win the show? So it started with 2 winners, then 4, then it turned into 8, and now I believe we have 16 possible winners for the show. The audience can vote for their favorite characters via Twitter, Instagram, screaming and yelling in the theater. We absolutely love it when the audience heckles actors.
They can actually go on Twitter and vote for their favorite characters. We have hashtags set up.
For Mega Man VG04. Rock and roll.
We also give them the ability to literally just scream for their favorite character, or raise a glow stick or wristband that they have on their hand.
Hey, don't forget about the coins.
The what?
The coins! Look, it's tradition! Look, I've got 5 magical gold coins here for 5 lucky contestants who can figure out my trivia.
There were several times when you thought that the show would die.
Working with people that saw an idea and wanted to steal some of it, that kind of sucked. There was a couple instances at the beginning where there were definitely a couple people we thought were trying to like snatch our ideas. Actually, we caught up 2 of them where they were trying to come up with a musical that worked the same way.
Oh God, okay. During Hollywood Fringe, making sure that the actors would stay on script because it's an entirely scripted show, it was a little difficult. because people felt, oh, I know a lot about video games. I can do all sorts of these things. I can say this reference. And then realizing, no, the audience does not laugh when you call people Trump supporters or fake an engagement in the audience, because that's just inappropriate.
By virtue of the show, we've been part of the Southern California Educational Theater Association for the last year and a half. David and I have adjudicated for them. We have taught workshops for them.
Do I think that we accomplished our goal? I like to think so, but honestly, you'd have to ask the kids and the young adults who came to see the show. Because I've seen a broad spectrum of people to come see the show, and all the kids left really excited, so I think so.
And we've had the opportunity to perform at least 2 high schools with the show for a broader audience. So the show is there, and now it's just a matter of us convincing the teachers and the parents that you don't need to do a traditional play or musical. You could do this.
There was one girl who came to the show. She's this little tiny, 6, 7 years old. She loved Pikachu, and thankfully Pikachu won that show, and afterwards she just gave her the biggest hug and said, I want to be like you when I get older. Overhearing that conversation and seeing that moment, yeah, I'd say we achieved our goal.